Greetings Pokemon fans and welcome back to Power Wrath. My name is JD and today we are doing a playthrough of Pokemon Blue using Dewgong, or as I like to call him, Dewgong. Dewgong is the Sea Lion Pokemon. This is the first Pokemon in my Ice series. So if you don't know, we're playing through every type in Generation 1 to figure out who the best of every type is in Generation 1. We'll eventually figure out the best type in Generation 1, and then we'll figure out the best Pokemon. Today we are starting the Ice type, so that leaves us with 5 Pokemon we're going to play through in this order. Dewgong, Articuno, Jynx, Lapras, and Cloyster. There are a lot of good Pokemon here. There's a lot of Pokemon that I think are going to be pretty surprising. So let's go ahead and dive into the actual playthrough. But first, we're going to go over the stats. HP is 90, Attack is 70, Defense is 80, Special is 95, and Speed is 70, and a critical hit rate is 13.67. That's actually pretty solid considering how slow we are. We are a Water Ice type and the medium fast growth rate, so we'll grow pretty fast compared to some other Ice types that are in the slow level up rate. That's going to be a hindrance for them. But real quick, we're going to go ahead and zoom in on the moveset as far as I can get it. And we're going to look at the moveset really quick. We have Headbutt, Growl, and Aurora Beam to start the game. Aurora Beam's amazing. 65 base power, 100% accurate, 98 with stab, and then Headbutt 70. So we have a lot of power points there, 35 power points to get through the early part of the game without having to go back and heal that often. We're going to one-shot a lot because we have a lot of flying type Pokemon early, a lot of bug type. And we're going to have obviously Brock's Gym has rock and ground types, so that's super effective. So great moves to start the game. Headbutt, good move. If we go first, it has the option to make the opposition flinch. So that is a good thing about Headbutt. Growl, not really going to be that useful, but Roar Beam and Headbutt is an amazing move set to start the game. And as you look through our level up moveset, we're not going to use any of these, not even Rest, and we're not going to use Ice Beam via level up. We're going to have it via TM long before that. And speaking of TMs, we'll go and look at those. Body Slam, Double Edge, Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Blizzard, those will be used. Hyper Beam, maybe. Mimic, probably. And then Surf and potentially Strength. And Rest is a possibility as well. But I don't really think I had a lot of use for it. It's not as useful if you use the TMs. Like, it's useful for Lorelei because she has no options because it only has level up moves, doesn't have TM moves. So it makes sense for Lorelei to do that. However, let's go ahead and dive into the playthrough. We named this Pokemon Dewey because its name is Dewgong. And we face our rival. His name is Pewee. He is putrid. He's horrible. And we chose Bulbasaur as our starting Pokemon, or his starting Pokemon, I should say. Not a great option. There's not a great option with this Pokemon. I guess Blastoise would have been the best option, but there's not a great option with this Pokemon, and I just substituted out Charmander Squirtle, and went with it because it is a water Pokemon. So he does have an advantage technically, but he doesn't. One shot with Aurora Beam on the Pidgey and one shot on the Bulbasaur. So our first 2 rival battles have been nothing but one shots. So we obliterate our rival. I'm going to move right on to the Bug Forest, and we're going to get to some couple levels here. We probably could have skipped a lot of this, to be honest. But in my playthroughs, it is mandatory to play through and do that. So, the first thing about this Pokemon you're going to notice is, like I said, great starting moveset. Huge advantage for this Pokemon. There are some other Pokemon that do have great movesets as well in this series that we're going to be playing through. But right now, Dewgong, it's just absolutely obliterating the game. Aurora Beam, like I said, is one-shotting everything. Well, it didn't one-shot the Kakuna there. But it's one-shotting a lot. And with that one shot there, we got one more Bug Trainer to face. And then we can move right on to Brock's Gym. And we are at a breakneck pace right now. 2 minutes and 31 seconds. And now we don't one-shot the... It's so close. It's getting so close to one-shotting those Weedles. But regardless of that, we move on to the Million Light Years Trainer. Million Light Years Trainer is going to come out with a Diglett. We're going to go for Headbutt. It usually has very frail physical defense, but I guess our attack stat's not that high, so we didn't one-shot it. And we one-shot the Sandshrew. We are not even going to heal. We're going to go right into the Brock battle. 3 minutes and 5 seconds is when this battle starts. And Brock comes out, Wakanda forever. And we're going to one-shot the Geodude. And we're going to one-shot the Onix. We're going to one-shot the Onix. So we obliterate Brock. 3 minutes and 17 seconds is what that time took. That is an amazing breakneck time for this Pokemon. And then now we're facing the Super Duper Nerd. We had the option to pick up Water Gun here, and we did not. Because I don't think I need it. We got Water Gun. We're going to get Bubble Beam here very soon, so I didn't think it was worth it to go out of my way to grab it. It would have been nice to have a little bit more power points, maybe. That would have been the upside to it. But regardless, right there, we just picked the Dome Fossil up. All hail the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you were going to ask. Actually, now I think of it, go ahead and ask. Comments are great for that algorithm. And now we're facing Misty. She does not have anything great against us. She does not have anything good against us. All she can do is go for Tackle and Defense Curl. And the reason why she's going to do that, and we use Bide because she's going to tackle us and do a little bit of damage, but she's not going to do that much damage. We're going to obliterate both of her Pokemon. She has good AI. She's not going to use her most powerful move, which is Bubble Beam on us. She's only going to use Tackle because she doesn't see water as effective. So now we move right on to our third rival battle. Roar Beam one-shots a Pidgeotto. That is getting so nice to say because I hate Pidgeotto with a burning passion. One shot on the Abra, one shot on the Rattata, and is Bulbasaur a one-shot? Nope, it's a two-shot. I was not paying attention there. It would have been a one-shot if I used a Roar Beam, but I used Headbutt. Nonetheless, we still win. And we move right on to the SSM. We're going to pick up one move to upgrade over Headbutt, which is going to be Body Slam. Body Slam, 85 base power, normal move. It does pair with our physical attack stat. It's not the greatest stat, but it is decent. And now we're moving on to our fourth rival battle. Pidgeotto. Does it go down to one hit? It does go down to one hit. Very good. And the rest of these should also go down to one hit. Headbutt. Nope, it's a two-shot. I'm trying to save power points, I guess. I guess so. I don't know. I don't know why we didn't use the more powerful version. Body Slam on the Kadabra. And now Ivysaur comes out. We're going to move right up to a Roar Beam. One shot. Very good. We beat our rival again. We are just spanking our rival. We've taken very little damage in any of the rival battles so far. Move right on to Lieutenant Surge. Now, Lieutenant Surge is an absolute risk. We are Water Ice type. He is Electric. So if we can just get through this battle, and I think we're not going to get through this battle because we're not going to one-shot the Raichu, and I think he's going to outspeed us too. So we're hoping to go for Headbutt. We did not outspeed, so he's going to knock us out. That's not the end of the world. It's our first reset. We're going to consider that for the second playthrough, like what to do here. We might have to just skip this over. I think this is where I actually wasted the most time, and that is because we just couldn't knock out in one go the Raichu. So we wasted a little bit of time. We do tank a Thunderbolt. However, he is outspeeding us. We are so close, but we get paralyzed, so we're going to take a loss again. So there's two losses right there. The next time, I might just want to go through Rock Tunnel and double back and do it. I think that's what's going to happen. So we get the knockout here, and we're facing Pikachu. Two resets this early in the game. It was not happy about that at all. But we beat Lieutenant Surge, and we move right on to Rock Tunnel. We have one person here we like to showcase, which is Boomer the Hiker. And we have a Roar Beam and Bubble Beam, so these will be one-hit knockouts nonetheless. And you'll see that, and then one more on the Graveler. Super effective, 4 times weak to it. We beat Boomer the Hiker and move right on to Celadon City. In Celadon City, we do a couple errands, a couple things we got to do. We pick up Ice Beam, we pick up a couple other things, we sell some things, whatever the case may be. We put some stuff in the computer as well, and we head into Erica's gym where we are super, super effective against every Pokemon in here. Picked up Ice Beam. We're going to use a Roar Beam on this Execute. It's really the only mandatory trainer we have to face is that, like, Lass or Beauty or whatever it is. And now we're facing Erica, the Grass Gym Leader. And we will one-shot all of her Pokemon. We're right around the same level. We're not even over-leveled or anything. And we won, well, Tangela we're pretty over-leveled. But Vileplume and Victory Bell were right at level 29. And so we beat them pretty handily and move right on to Giovanni. Giovanni has 2 Rock-type Pokemon and a Normal-type Pokemon. So this should be a cinch. Bubble Beam on the Rock-type. They're 4 times weak. Rock Ground type, I should say. And then Ice Beam on the Kangaskhan. One shots. Very good. We beat Giovanni. And we're going to move right on to Pokemon Tower and face our 5th rival battle. This rival battle should have been a lot more, a lot better, but I misclicked some things and do the wrong things against some Pokemon. Our big problem Pokemon right now we have is Gyarados. And I think that's one of the reasons why I chose Venusaur, or Ivysaur, I should say, Bulbasaur, whatever, is because Gyarados is not going to be an easy Pokemon to knock out, and he's always going to give us problems. We do knock out the Kadabra. We Roar Beam on the Ivysaur. We beat our 5th rival. He's always super easy, barely an inconvenience. And we're going to move right on to Silphco. We usually go to Koga's gym, but right now we're going to go to Silphco. We have a huge advantage here. We have great moves. And we're going to go ahead and start off with an Ice Beam on the Pidgeotto. It's a one-shot, very good. Gyarados, like I said, it's still going to be a problem. Body Slam. He's going to do Dragon Rage. It's about 3 hits regardless of whatever we do. So he continues to be a problem. We don't really have a solution for him. And then we have Alakazam, Body Slam on the Alakazam. It's going to be a 2-shot, very good. And then Venusaur comes out. It's we have Ice Beam disabled. We probably would have knocked out 1 hit if we had Ice Beam, but it got disabled. But a Roar Beam 2-shots it. We beat our 6th rival battle, move right on to Giovanni. He's just going to get easier. He has all ground Pokemon now, except for, I guess he still has a Kangaskhan, so they're not all ground. But Ice Beam on the Nidorino, very good. Ice Beam on the Kangaskhan, very good. Ice Beam on the Rhyhorn. Probably could have switched to Bubble Beam, saved the power point, no big deal. And Ice Beam on the Nidoqueen. So clean sweep of Giovanni number 2. And we're going to leave there. And I believe now we're going to go to Koga's gym. So right there, we're going to go to Koga's gym. We gotta say before this, we don't have anything super effective against his Pokemon. So what we gotta do is we gotta brute force this with Ice Beam. So first thing, Ice Beam does one-shot the Coughing, very good. Ice Beam does one-shot the Muck, critical hit, don't know if it mattered. Coughing one-shots the Ice Beam one-shots the Coughing, there we go. And just don't go for Explosion or Self-Destruct, very good. We beat Koga pretty handily, only really took damage from one Pokemon there, and that was the Weezing. But we leave the gym and go right into Blaine's gym. Blaine is the Fire Gym Leader, and he's going to lead out with a Growlithe. This is going to be a clean sweep as well. We picked up Surf, and we're just going to surf our way through this team. We're going to knock out all the Pokemon in one hit, except I think the Arcanine tanks it. I think the Arcanine tanks it. Surf on the Arcanine. He does tank it just barely, but he does take it nonetheless. And we Bubble Beam and finish off Blaine. He looks like Robotnik to me. We beat Blaine, and we're going to move right on to our final two gyms. The first gym is Jasmine and her Whip. And we're going to face Jasmine. She is all Psychic type. She really can't do anything to us. All remove her special, and we have pretty high special right now. In Generation 1, there's no special attack and defense, just special. So we're going to one-shot all of her Pokemon except for the Venomoth. He paralyzes us. Not a big deal. Like I said, can't do a lot of damage to us. And we're going to go for Body Slam. A critical hits, knocks out Sabrina and her Pokemon. And we're going to move right on to our final gym leader, which is Giovanni number 3. Giovanni number 3 is all ground-type Pokemon. So we're going to obliterate Giovanni number 3. And we're going to go for Bubble Beam or Surf. Yeah, either one of those will work. So Surf knocks out the Rhyhorn. It knocks out the Dugtrio. Nidoqueen comes out. Does she tank it? Nope, she gets knocked out as well. Nidoking comes out. One-shot as well. Is Rhydon a one-shot? It should be. It is a one-shot for sure. Very good. We beat Giovanni number 3. We're at 38 minutes and 25 seconds. We are at a breakneck pace right now. And now all we have to do is face our rival and then head to the Elite Four. It's going to come out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot is going to get hit by Ice Beam. It's a one-shot. Very good. I don't know why it's not showing the team, but Bubble Beam knocks out the Rhyhorn. We're going to go for Ice Beam on the Gyarados. I think Ice Beam is just the better strategy because you have the option to the freeze, and that would solve the whole problem. So I think Blizzard and Ice Beam is how we're going to handle Gyarados. And we're going to go for Body Slam on the Alakazam. We have one Pokemon left. Venusaur, Ice Beam. It does not knock it out in one go. Rage Leaf does a lot of damage. However, we get the win. We knock out our rival and his Pokemon and move on to the Elite Four, where we're going to go ahead and go over our stats really quick before we head in. We're going to look at all the stuff with this Pokemon right now. First off, we were at 39 minutes and 27 seconds. Like I said, a breakneck pace. We are doing very well. Only have 2 resets. Our stats before we do the badge boost modifier. Our attack is 135, defense is 146, speed is 134, and special is 165. And our stats in battle when the badge boosts are applied at this moment. Attack is 151, defense is 164, speed is 150, and special is 185, and we still have a 13.67% chance to crit. Let's go ahead and look at the move set. You can probably see it in the top left corner, but we'll see it nice and big. Mimic gives us the ability to mimic a move so we can do the badge boost. And also some battles we might actually need to heal. Ice Beam, very powerful move. Surf, very powerful move. And Body Slam gives us some type coverage. That is our moveset. It wasn't that much different than what we had right as soon as we started Erica's gym. The only thing we've changed out is we got rid of Aurora Beam or Bubble Beam, and we have Mimic now. So, let's go ahead and dive into this. And the first battle, like I said, is Lorelei. She is the Ice Specialist, and she's going to lead out with a, hey, that's us, Dewgong. And Dewgong is going to go down to 3 Body Slams. And what it should do is it should go for Rest, but it got paralyzed, so it didn't get a chance to go for Ice Beam. Actually, it should go for Surf. Surf would be better. And we get confused, which is not fun. That's really the best way this Pokemon can beat us, is by confusing us. But we shake it off, and now we're going to go ahead and Mimic Amnesia. Probably not needed. I could probably brute force my way through this, but Amnesia is just going to be a precautionary measure. So it keeps going for Growl, which lowered our physical attack stats. So we're going to just rely on our special right now. And Ice Beam is not going to one-shot the Lapras. We do get confused. We need one more hit. That skipped over all of our stat buffs. We just got to hit it. It's not going to do much to us because our stats are boosted. But we knock it out. Took a little bit more time than I wanted. And we move right on to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much. He's not very good. And in this circumstance, he's definitely not very good. We are going to just be precautionary. And we're going to Mimic a move, Harden. And we're going to Harden about 4 or 5 times. I think we only have 5 power points left, so we can only do it 5 times. Harden, and then 1 more. And now we're just going to sweep this team. We're going to sweep this team Surf. And we're going to lose all the badge boosts because of level up right there. But regardless, we're still going to have good defense. And we're going to go ahead and sweep this team. And Onyx is going to go down to 1 Surf, and now Machamp should go down to 1 Surf as well. Nope, he's not. He tanks it, but he really can't do anything to us. So we beat Bruno. We don't really talk about him very much, like I said, and we move right on to Agatha. Agatha is the ghost specialist, and she's going to lead out with a Gengar. We have the Agatha lottery here. She can confuse you, put you to sleep, paralyze you, poison you, all those things. And she might get a win over us here if we don't wake up. And we're not going to. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a reset real quick. So that's the third reset of the game. And now we're going to face Gengar again. If we just get through this first Gengar, I think we're fine. Because we're going to one-shot the Golbat. Haunter, I think it's going to be a very close to a one-shot. It's not. However, we knock it out. And now from here, as long as we just don't have any catastrophic mistakes or errors that happen, we're fine. And it's going to two-shot on the Gengar. We just got to power through the confusion. We get the win over Agatha. She did get one reset on us, so I got to give her that. And now we're going to move right on to Lance, the liar with the flyers. Not in this generation, but in the second generation, he has a lot of flyers and a lot less dragon Pokemon. Gyarados comes out. We're going to go for Ice Beam on the Gyarados. Like I said, it's going to be a two-hit. I wish we had a way to set up right there because he went for Hyper Beam. And now we're just going to spam Agility. Agility is going to get our stats boosted by +6. And now we're going to go ahead and Ice Beam the first Dragonair, Ice Beam the second Dragonair, Ice Beam the Aerodactyl. All these should go down to one hit. Very good. And then the last Pokemon, Dragonite, gets knocked out. He's pretty easy once you get through the Gyarados and get set up. So now we're going to save, and now we're prepared for the champion. Champion's going to come out with a Pidgeot. Pidgeot will go down to one Ice Beam. Here we go. One Ice Beam from Pidgeot. Very good. Knock it out. Alakazam comes out next. We have a lot of bulk, so we can do this Recover. We're going to Mimic Recover. He goes for Reflect. Not the most favorite thing I want to do, but Double Edge. Oh, it's going to be about a two-shot. Very good. We do have some Recoil. This is why we grabbed Recover, so we can recover and let Rhydon boost our stats a little bit. So we went for one Tail Whip already, so that boosts our stats a little bit. We Ice Beam it, and I'm like, you know what? I think we just brute force our way through this. We don't have to worry about setting up. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Arcanine's going to go down to one Surf. Very good. Critical hit, don't know if it mattered. And now Venusaur comes out. All of our badge boosts are gone, but we get a one hit nonetheless on our rival's Venusaur. We get a time locked in at 44 minutes and 48 seconds. This was a great time, and this was such a good time, and I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there, and we're going to move on to the next slide, which is this one right here. So, we have our tier list. And with a time like that, 44 minutes and 48 seconds, where does that put Dewgong? That puts Dewgong right here in second place. So I was very happy with that playthrough. Now, if I were to play through again, I have some ways to make it even faster. Lieutenant Surge probably cost me about a minute or so. So if I just don't do Lieutenant Surge at the moment I did it, if I just go through and face Erica's gym, then go to face Lieutenant Surge or whatever, could probably save some time there. And if I just do a couple of smarter things with Agatha and, don't misclick on a couple battles, I probably could do well there as well. This Pokemon was extremely good, and it's going to be hard-pressed to find another Pokemon that does better. Articuno is my next Pokemon. If there is a Pokemon to dethrone this, it is the legendary Pokemon. It might pass Poliwrath as well. So that firmly puts this Pokemon, at this very moment, in second place. And it earned it. It was a good Pokemon, and I really want to do a second playthrough. I'm going to do a couple other playthroughs in this series first, before I do that. But that's my video. That's what we got accomplished today. We got accomplished the Dewgong playthrough. We got on the tier list, and we got kind of a benchmark for the rest of the Ice-type Pokemon that they got to live up to. I think Articuno will pass this. I don't think the other three will, but we will find out. And like I said, like I've been doing, like I did in the last one, I'll redo all the Ice types. I'll do at least 2 playthroughs before we give our final, ranking of the Ice types in Generation 1. But this was a fun video. This is a fun Pokemon to play through as. I'm excited next week to play through with Articuno. Like I said, it's a legendary Pokemon. Its stats really do scale up from Dewgong. So we're going to see some pretty amazing things from this Pokemon. Very excited. I hope you're excited too. But that's it. And I might have another video coming out on Wednesday. Actually, I will. Next Wednesday. Because I have a couple Pokemon I've played through as. And I want to showcase kind of some fixings I've done. So for example, I'm playing through with Primeape. I'm going to play through with Rapidash. And I don't think I'm going to play through many more Pokemon. Maybe Gengar, maybe Primeape, or I'm sorry, not Primeape, Machamp. So there's a couple other Pokemon I do want to play through as and see if I can increase their times. And yeah, I'm gonna showcase that. I'm just gonna show the Elite Four part where I show the final time getting locked in. But I think I'm gonna do about 3 or 4 Pokemon. So that's a little bonus video. I hope you liked the bonus video I put out on Wednesday where I showcased my team from Generation 1 Pokemon Blue, my first ever team in the first ever game I actually owned. So I hope you enjoyed that. This is JD, this is Polywars Wrath. Thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good one, I'll see you guys next time.